Spaghetti. Spaghetti's texture comes down to one ingredient choice: durum wheat, a hard wheat variety with a significantly higher protein content than the soft wheat used in most bread flour. Bronze or Teflon dies without collapsing. Bronze die pasta, the kind favored by higher-end Italian producers, has a rougher, more porous surface than Teflon extruded pasta, because bronze drags slightly against the dough as it's pushed through, creating microscopic texture that sauce physically clings to. This is a mechanical fact, not a marketing distinction, and it's why the same recipe can taste noticeably different depending on which spaghetti was used. The word spaghetti comes from the Italian spago, meaning string or twine, a literal description of its shape rather than anything more poetic. Properly cooked spaghetti is meant to be al dente, meaning to the tooth, which refers to a specific undercooked core that still offers resistance when bitten, a texture the Italians consider correct and most other cuisines consider a mistake. Ramen. Ramen noodles get their springy, chewy bite from kansui, an alkaline mineral water solution typically made from sodium carbonate and potassium carbonate. This is the single ingredient that separates ramen from every other wheat noodle. Kansui raises the pH of the dough, which changes how the wheat proteins bond and gives ramen its characteristic yellow tint and firm, slightly rubbery texture, along with a faint mineral aroma that plain water noodles don't have. Without kansui, the noodle is just wheat and water, closer in texture to Italian pasta. Ramen originated in China and was adapted in Japan starting in the late 19th century, which is part of why the word ramen is a Japanese pronunciation of the Chinese lamian, meaning pulled noodle. Noodle thickness is matched deliberately to broth type in serious ramen shops, not arbitrarily. Thin noodles are paired with lighter, delicate broths like shio, since a thick noodle would overpower a subtle broth, while thick, chewy noodles are reserved for heavier tonkatsu broths, dense enough to stand up to them. Udon. Udon is a thick wheat noodle defined almost entirely by its dough hydration and kneading process rather than any special ingredient. The dough is made from wheat flour, water, and salt, nothing more, but it's kneaded far more aggressively than most noodle doughs, traditionally by foot with the dough wrapped in cloth and stepped on repeatedly to develop a dense, tight gluten structure. That extensive gluten development is what gives udon its signature soft yet chewy bite, a texture sometimes described in Japanese as koshi, referring specifically to that springy resistance. Salt plays a functional role beyond flavor here. It strengthens the gluten network during kneading and is largely rinsed away during cooking, which is why udon dough recipes use notably more salt than the final noodle ever tastes like. Regional variations exist across Japan, with Sanuki udon from Kagawa Prefecture considered the standard bearer, known for a firmer bite than udon made elsewhere in the country, a difference attributed to both local wheat and traditionally stricter kneading standards. Soba. Soba is made from buckwheat flour, and despite the name, buckwheat isn't wheat at all. It's not even a grain in the botanical sense. It's a seed related to rhubarb and sorrel. This matters mechanically because buckwheat contains no gluten, which makes pure soba dough notoriously difficult to hold together, prone to crumbling and breaking during both rolling and cooking. Most commercial soba is cut with a percentage of wheat flour specifically to add enough gluten to make the noodle structurally viable, and the ratio is taken seriously enough that it's often printed on the package, with Juwari soba referring to the rare 100% buckwheat version made by highly skilled noodle makers. Buckwheat's flavor is nuttier and earthier than wheat, and its color, a pale gray-brown rather than white, comes from the buckwheat hull retained in the flour. Soba is traditionally served cold with a dipping sauce in summer and hot in broth during winter, a seasonal split that's less about tradition for its own sake, and more because buckwheat's texture holds up differently at different temperatures. Rice noodles. Rice noodles are made from rice flour and water, with no gluten involved at all since rice contains none. This absence of gluten is the defining mechanical fact behind every rice noodle's texture: translucent, slightly slippery, and prone to breaking if overcooked, since there's no elastic protein network holding the strand together the way there is in wheat. Instead, The noodle structure comes almost entirely from starch, specifically how the rice starch gelatinizes when steamed or boiled, then sets as it cools. This is why rice noodles are often made fresh and used quickly in Southeast Asian cooking, since the texture degrades faster than a gluten-based noodle once fully cooled and reheated. Vietnamese pollo noodles called banh pho and Thai pad. Thai noodles are both rice noodles, differing mainly in width and drying method rather than ingredient. Vermicelli, the thinnest rice noodle variety, is often sold dried and rehydrated in hot water, rather than boiled directly, since its thinness means direct boiling turns it to mush within seconds. Glass noodles. Glass noodles, also called cellophane noodles, are made from mung bean starch rather than any grain flour, which is why they turn almost completely transparent when cooked, an effect grain-based noodles can't replicate regardless of thickness. The starch molecules in mung bean form a tighter, more uniform gel structure than wheat or rice starch, which produces that glassy clarity along with a distinctly springy, slippery texture, unlike anything wheat-based. Because they contain no protein structure to speak of, glass noodles have almost no flavor of their own, which is functionally the point. They're used specifically as a texture and absorption vehicle. Soaking up the flavor of whatever broth, sauce, or stir-fry, they're cooked in far more readily than a starchier, more flavor-forward wheat noodle would. This is why glass noodles appear so often in dishes built around a strong separate sauce, like Korean japchae or Thai glass noodle salads, where the noodle's job is to carry flavor rather than contribute it. Egg noodles. Egg noodles are distinguished from plain wheat noodles by the addition of egg, usually just the yolk, worked into the dough alongside or instead of water. The fat and protein in egg yolk changes the dough's structure in two ways. It enriches the flavor with fat that plain water-based noodles lack, and the egg proteins add an additional structural network alongside gluten, producing a noodle that's typically more tender and less chewy than a straight wheat and water noodle, despite often looking similar. This is true across cultures that developed egg noodles independently, from Italian tagliatelle to Chinese egg noodles used in lo mein and wonton soup. The yellow color often assumed to come from added food coloring is, in traditional recipes, simply the natural color of egg yolk carrying through the dough, though some modern commercial versions do supplement with coloring to guarantee consistency. Fresh egg noodles cook drastically faster than dried wheat noodles, often in under 2 minutes, because the added fat and protein create a softer dough structure that absorbs heat and moisture more quickly than a leaner, purely starch-based noodle.